Filming in the crib. What is good, everyone? Happy quarantining to all of you, of course. Everyone's staying indoors. I figured I'd shoot a little indoor video for you guys, just talking about multiple little topics that I wrote down in my notes. I figured it'd be a cool little discussion video on just some things that I've been seeing either on the internet or things that I just wanted to like brush by you guys and see what you guys were feeling. Kind of like my favorites would be more of like my most used items slash content that I've been consuming, if that makes sense. Actually, might as well just pour the whole thing. So yeah, we got a good little iced coffee going. Oh yeah, side note, these iced coffees are hitting. If you guys got these at your local Costco, these are insane. Definitely worth checking them out. Hold on, let me get my face out of the way. Go check these out. This is not sponsored at all. I wish they were. First topic of discussion, I just wanted to talk about what you guys have been doing to keep busy during quarantine. Just trying to keep it on a brighter note and still like make light out of a very serious situation. What I've been doing is just like paying more attention to like fashion news outlets, because I haven't really fully given my attention to those in the past. I never really fully read articles on my spare time since school, really. So it's been around like 2.5 years since I really committed to like reading a lot of articles on my pastime and like just fully indulging in that type of content. So one fashion news outlet that I'd like you guys to go check out is my friend Jackson. He makes a crazy website. I'd love you guys to go check it out. It covers a lot of things in relation to men's fashion and also women sometimes, kind of just aesthetics across the board. So if you guys haven't checked that out, I'll definitely leave it on the screen and also in the description below. Through that fashion blog, I was able to find out this new brand, which is Wish Me Luck. It is made by two separate Instagram guys. I'll have them on the screen once again here. But one of them I have been following for a bit is Alex. He's a model and I believe he's from New York. I've just seen him around for quite some time, so that's why I've been following him on Instagram. But they came together and made a fashion brand. And this I just wanted to touch note on because I personally really am fascinated by like the whole Hollywood type brands. There's a couple of them out there, like aside from like Amiri, of course, which is like the bigger brand that gets kind of love or hate. It's very split depending on the people that like it. But for me, I'm talking more in the lines of more rocker chic, aside from Hedi Slimane, of course. These are more like independent brands, smaller brands that put their own 2 cents onto like the very slender aesthetic, which is like skinny jeans, boots, all of that. I've always been fascinated by that. I've never fully indulged into the style because it's not something that I feel like it's super practical for my environment, because it does get cold out here. Them, it's summer all the time. So I feel like it is pretty cool for them, but I've always watched it from a distance and I've always loved it. I try to incorporate it here and there within my style, but I've never fully like committed to it, obviously. But this is definitely a brand that I feel like you guys could check out. And then also I'll have a couple more either on the screen or in the description below for you guys to go see. Fashion moves forward, definitely a piece of content that you guys should check out. Switching a little bit of the scenery because I'm done in the kitchen. I already made my coffee. Going into the next topic, I wanted to discuss, gonna be going from fashion to lifestyle, a little bit into music near the end of the video. Next one is Chrome Hearts. So a lot of people on like the fashion mood board pages of the world, so such as like, I'll list a couple of them in the description below, but the main one being like Hidden NY. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen it already. These are more like nostalgic fashion accounts that kind of like put out their own curated selection of what they're into as of recent. And for a lot of the past couple of months, I've been seeing a whole lot of Chrome Hearts and also on celebrities. So when I first introduced Chrome Hearts to the channel, that was probably summer of 2018. I had learned about Chrome Hearts from before then. I just never really put my money towards it just because I didn't have the means to go and get it. Yeah, in general, that's just probably like, that's the main reason. A little bit later is when I started to put my money towards the brand, obviously. By no means am I saying I'm the first one on YouTube putting on for Chrome Hearts and everything like that, because they've been around for literally years and it's only getting the recognition that it deserves now. But a lot of people are kind of split. So I want to know what you guys feel in the comments below. Do you feel like Chrome Hearts is going to be more of a trend and it's going to reach a peak and then it's going to crash? Or do you feel like it's going to be one of those brands that is just kind of driving the force of fashion for the next like 5 years? I feel like if you have a run of 5 years in this streetwear cross with luxury fashion, then you kind of have a pretty good run going. So let me know in the comments below what you guys feel like. I personally feel like I'm not too sure. I have been rocking with it for like, actually, yeah, 2 years and a bit now, let's say. And I feel like it's gonna go nowhere but up. I could see definitely another 3 years for the brand, maybe even more, because they've been around for a long time and they've been selling for a long time. It's only reached its hype peak around these coming years. So especially with all the driving force behind it, like they have Virgil behind it, they have Bella Hadid, a whole bunch of other celebrities too. So I don't see why they would fizzle out anytime soon. So going into the next topic, we're going to be talking about more things to keep yourself busy during quarantine. I've been listening to a whole lot of fashion podcasts. Some of my favorites are Throwing Fits. I know they recently just switched their name, but that's the new podcast name that they're going to be going by. If you guys are ever bored out of your mind and you're kind of over watching YouTube, you're kind of over listening to music and you kind of just want to be entertained, this is the best way to keep busy. I feel like if you're doing chores around the house and you don't want to listen to music because it's up your alley, like for me especially, like I want to hear things fashion related, and not a lot of radio or podcasts are talking about things like this. So Throwing Fits is definitely one of those that I could go towards, and they're always going to put out quality content that I know I'm going to be willing to listen to, and I enjoy that. So they're available on Spotify, Apple Music, all of that. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely go watch that too. I'm pretty sure a lot of you probably have heard of that before, but if you haven't, definitely go check it out down below. I'll leave it. And also another podcast is from the people I mentioned from before, Fashion Moves Forward. They have a podcast as well. I believe they have a couple episodes already, and I listened to the first one. I haven't listened to other ones yet, but at least I have them stacked up and I have a lot of things to listen to because I have nothing but time right now, especially with everything that's going on. Another segment before we get into the last bit of this video, I had a video idea for the best and worst outfits on Instagram. So I want to film this so bad, but I don't want anyone to get their feelings hurt, obviously, because I have a soft heart, you know? I don't want anyone to get hurt too bad. So what I'm going to be doing is, I'm not going to be picking out the worst outfits because I feel like that's so, not mean, but I feel like it's less harmful if you guys pick out the outfits. So what I'm going to be telling you guys to do, my Instagram is GOTSWEIGE. If you guys could DM me outfits that are literally like horrendous, or you feel like they're whack in your eyes, because everyone's opinion is totally valid. Like mine isn't the end all be all, I always say that. But if you guys see outfits that are just like garbaggio, please send them to me in my DM. I'm going to be using them for this upcoming video, the best and worst outfits on my Instagram. I feel like this is going to be a very entertaining video because I haven't done a drip or drown in a very long time, and I kind of like having like a high quality when it comes to that, like in a studio and everything, or at least like a very interesting setting, and being in my house isn't too interesting for that. So I'm going to do this video that's not technically a drip or drown, but it is in the same avenue as that. So send those in my DM. Once again, GOTSWEIGE is where you could send those to me. And the last topic of discussion, I made a quarantine playlist. A lot of people ask me about my music taste and what I'm personally into when it comes to music. If I wasn't in fashion, because I pretty much dedicated my career or what I want to do in life to fashion. But if I wasn't in fashion, my second or my plan B would be music, like some type of A&R or some type of rep in a music label. I feel like that would be really cool for some reason. But like management, because I've always been obsessed with music. Anyone could vouch for that, and a lot of my friends are tied into music, so it's kind of surrounding me all the time. I listen to music every day, and only recently, like maybe the past year and a half or so, or maybe even solid year, I've been making playlists. I never did it before. I don't know why I haven't. Before I used to just add stuff to my SoundCloud likes, and then that was kind of like my playlist. But music that's available on Apple Music, that's my preferred streaming place. I made multiple playlists, but one in specific I made during quarantine. So I'm going to link that in the description below. Basically, you could find me on Apple Music, the same thing as my Instagram, GOTSWEIGE. That's all you have to look up in the little search bar on Apple Music, and you should be able to find me. And the playlist is called Don't Leave Your House, I believe is what I named it. So definitely go check that out. A lot of bangers in there, a lot of new music, some music I've been listening to as of recent that isn't so new. Also, have some vibes for you guys while you guys are bored at your crib going insane like I am. Thank you guys for watching. That's about it as far as all the topics that I wanted to talk about. Let me know if that's a video that you guys wanted to see, that best and worst outfits on my Instagram. So send me those in my DM as soon as possible so I could get that video out for you guys. And also, hopefully all that content that I talked about is something of interest for you guys, because I just want to keep as busy as possible, try and be productive, try to make best out of this situation as possible. And yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. My name is Kyron. Take care. You guys know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that.